Hey YouTube, it's been a while since I posted anything. This is something I've wanted to do for a little while now. I'm using the Leaf 4-hole turret press, and there are plenty of videos on how to, how to load pistol cartridges or even rifle cartridges. But I've used this technique for loading rifle cartridges for the M1 Garand. It would work for other rifle cartridges as well. I think this technique works particularly well for the M1 Garand because I do use I do put a slight crimp on the round afterwards, and so the 4-hole press allows me the sizing and seating, and then the trimming right on the press using the Lee Quick trimmer, and then seating plus the light crimp all in one operation. So I do use an automatic powder measure for loading the powder, but this technique works so well to load, to just load practice rounds for the M1 Garand. I thought I would show it to you. So I'm just going to show you what I got. So I have 8 cases that have already been lubed. I am using a carbide sizing die, but what carbide sizing die means for this brand, and I believe this is an RCBS. It's either RCBS or I'm pretty sure it's RCBS. But what it means is just the collet that goes inside the neck is carbide. The body of the die is not carbide like a carbide pistol die. So you still need to lube cases, but you don't have to lube the inside of the neck, which I appreciate. I don't like to lube the inside of the neck if I don't have to. So I'm just going to step through 8 rounds. That's what goes in a clip in the Garand, and you can see how quickly these load up. And these loads are accurate enough. I get about 1 MOA with this 1954, 53 or 54 HRA Garand, and I'm pretty excited about that. So open sights and 1 MOA is better than I think my eyes are usually capable of, but there it happens. So here we go. I'll step through the first one, and then I'll probably speed through all of the rest, and then close off with a little something to finish. So the first thing I'm going to do is get lined up to the sizing die, and so I'll just make some rounds. This is the slightly different part right here, trimming on the press. The quick trimmer, I think it works quite well. And at this point I like to clean off the lube and do one last inspection. Garand can be a little hard on the 3/06 case. Dump my powder. Seat, light crimp, step and repeat. Okay, so there's 8 rounds just that quickly. You may have noticed that I had some trouble with the safety prime feeder. So I just loaded about 150 rounds, and in that previous 150 rounds had basically 1 or 2 times when I dropped a primer. And for some reason, I don't know if you guys are making me nervous, but I just dropped a couple of primers, and I had one primer that was actually in upside down. Which almost never happens, but there you go. So that's one of the reasons to take your time and to do this reloading process slowly and carefully. but what I have are 8 rounds in a couple of minutes. I'll review the video and post how long it took to load these 8 rounds, doing it, you know, slowly and carefully, inspecting every case, you know, doing a good job with the sizing, seating, and that slight crimp. So anyway, this setup works really well. You know, and again, what I do that I haven't seen before, maybe it's out there now, but a couple of years ago when I was looking for this, it wasn't. But being able to trim on the die, or on the press rather. So one of the things too that you know, that I've used this press for is reloading pistol cases, and that works extremely well with the auto disc measure. I'm surprised at how consistent this will throw charges, usually within a tenth of a grain, which for the reloading that I do for pistol cases is plenty accurate. I don't load anything anywhere near max except for one particular cartridge, and that one, when I'm loading it near max, I hand measure every load. So anyway, I'm really liking using the auto disc powder measure with the 4-hole press, and I think that this technique for 4-hole press with rifle load, in this case specifically with the grand load, works really well. Hope you enjoyed.